Hello everybody, we are the Geeks and Degenerates. I am Enzo, this is my forever co-host Jum, and we continue our, I guess, somber lineup with Lost in Translation, starring Bill Murray and Scarlett Johansson, directed by Sofia Coppola. If you guys didn't know, she is the daughter of Francis Ford Coppola, who directed The Godfather. But yeah, again, this is the movie where not much in the grand scheme of things happen. It's just two characters just being very stuck with where they are, and you're like, I kind of get that.
I do like this movie, but there are like concepts here where I do not agree with because I'm very against it. But other than that, I get where it's coming from.
Yeah,
Like it's such a view into like a world of like, I'm not loved the way I'm supposed to be loved.
yeah,
Like there are two cases with Bill Murray and like Scarlett Johansson,
yeah,
where Bill Murray, his wife, is kind of barely trying. She's there. She's doing things. She's there for the kids, but she's kind of not there for Bill Murray.
yeah.
I forgot his name.
Bob.
Bob Harris.
Yeah.
He's like an actor, or has been actor. Now he's like just for commercials in Japan.
Yeah,
And then there's Scarlett Johansson, where she has a photographer boyfriend who's in with the it crowd, and
she's neglected.
she's very neglected, where he's going on trips with like people in Japan while she's left behind.
Yeah,
And that's a little. Please don't do that.
yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot where her boyfriend's from.
Oh. He
I know he's from Avatar. And
Saving Private Ryan.
yeah, he's the medic. Yeah. But yeah, it's just a very somber movie where these two people find each other, and you're at the same time you're like kind of don't like where this is going because these two are taken, they're spoken for.
Yeah, but again, it's those kind of tales where, like they're trying to find connection when the places where they're supposed to be connected to aren't connecting. And I'm not saying this is like, go have
for
free
it.
range at like, adultery. No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying this is where these two human beings are.
Yeah,
And they find comfort within each other. They find a connection within each other, even though it's very wrong.
yeah,
Like, he is clearly years older than her. She just graduated college, but they, for some reason, click. They go around Japan together in crazy places.
yeah,
It's more of like it's more of like just the world building itself.
yeah,
And do you know how, like, no offense to Japan, Japan is a very beautiful place, and it's a very, the aesthetic is there.
yeah,
But I like this movie that it didn't focus on that.
yeah,
Like, you see bits and pieces of Japan, but it never really focused on the setting. Like how maybe Your Name would do it. They'll show the setting and pretty much make you fall in love with the place. While here, it really focused on the people.
yeah. And like I've heard some complaints where people are like, why is it set in Japan if you're not going to focus on the Japanese couple? It is in Japan, but I'm like, but sure, that's valid. But like at the same time, it's set in a far country, because otherwise, why don't these two characters be like, you know what, I'm going home. I just wanna peace out.
The reason why they're there is that they're isolated. They're trapped. The hotel is like the only place that they could run to, and that's where they could actually meet.
Yeah,
While here, if say the two couples were from Japan, I don't know. It depends on the writing.
yeah,
Or live in Japan, they could just go home and live the rest of their lives.
yeah,
But other than that, it is a very nice and, I would say, beautiful film of like two people connecting, even though it's very wrong.
yeah,
You're kind of like, at the back of your head, it's still like, I wish you guys met at a different time, in a different,
yeah.
in a different place.
I do like the somewhat difference where Bill Murray's story is more told than showed, but you do hear conversations. whereas Scarlett Johansson's character, it's more show than tell of like, yeah, she's very neglected, she gets left behind. Well, Bill Murray's just unhappy with his life. They both are, but like at different stages. Where his, you feel like he's just gonna be like, you know what, after this, I'm just gonna retire and do something with my marriage. While Scarlett Johansson's is like, my journey's just beginning. It's not the ideal start, but like I still have enough time in my youth to do something about it.
Yeah.
While Bill Murray's just like,
Well,
I'm just here.
yeah, you're like he just has to make do with what he has now because unlike Scarlett Johansson, he doesn't have that much time anymore.
Yeah.
And yeah, I do love those scenes. I love Bill Murray.
Yeah.
I feel like it might be very offensive if like foreigners were doing things that they were doing, where they're like very, like they clearly can't understand the language.
Yeah.
And they're just poking fun at it. But other than that, like as a character building standpoint, like I love it. I love it that Bill Murray's very funny here, and I keep forgetting he's tall.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bill Murray's very tall.
Like when he stands next to Scarlett Johansson or like the other Japanese coworkers, you're like, God
Yeah.
damn, you're tall, man.
Because in Japan, us here in the Philippines and Japan, we kind of like the same height.
Yeah. He's kind of stopped growing at a point, and you're like, I guess I'm
Yeah.
here. As people in America, you're like, God damn, dude.
Yeah, like hitting 6', 6'2". I'm like, Jesus.
Yeah. But yeah. And by like, Bill Murray does say like as much as he wants to quit his marriage, he has kids, and that's the only thing keeping him there because he's like, I don't want to mess that up. But he's also messing that up, obviously, because the wife is like, hey, it's your boy's birthday. I know you forgot. It's okay.
Her letters are so passive aggressive. Like I just could not. It's just like, hey, it's your son's birthday. You forgot, but hey, like have fun and be safe. And I'm just like,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm like, damn. And she was like, oh, like pick out like what carpet you would like for your study. I say it's burgundy. Anyway, get back to me soon. Have fun. I'm just like.
Oh yeah, the company also like gives like sends someone to Bill Murray's suite to be like, I don't know what they were doing with that one.
Yeah, like there was a hooker. Yeah, I'm like, oh my.
Like, there's a moment where they don't communicate, and even you're like, you're what?
I was straight up, yeah, even because the fucking subtitles were also like lost in translation.
Yeah.
'Cause I was just like, lip my stocking? Ow! I was like, I finally got it after.
Yeah.
I was like, I feel horrible.
Right? Oh man. But yeah, by the end, like this relationship, wrong as it is, there's not a lot of fluctuation. It's just like we're just here, we're just making do, just hanging out, and it's very odd relationship that we're having, and that's about it.
Yeah, like again, it is very wrong. It is kind of weird that both of them find comfort within other people rather than their own partner.
Yeah.
But then you see why, like, okay, they're very neglected people, and I'm like,
Yeah.
and it's just the worst circumstance kind of deal.
Yeah.
But again, it is such a beautiful journey that they take, and it's never shoved in your face that like, oh, they're together.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, will they, won't they? You're kind of like wondering. It's like, will they do it? Will they end up together? Will they run away with each other?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Because by the end of the movie, sorry, yes.
yeah, you're going to say by the end of the movie, you still don't get an answer.
Yeah, well, kinda ish. They kiss, but like that's it.
Yeah.
Like, still cheating.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, and
anyone.
he tells her something, and it's just up to your interpretation of what he says.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, does he say like, please don't make me do Garfield 2. I have life regrets, man. I don't know. But yeah.
But yeah, like I don't know. This movie is a journey.
Yeah.
I was
And out of the 2 movies that Scarlett Johansson has set in Japan, I think this is the better one. Because the next one is Ghost in the Shell.
that was set in Hong Kong, but okay.
I have never seen it. What the fuck am I talking about then? I assume it's Japan because it's Ghost in the Shell. It's in Hong Kong? Had no idea.
Well, I think the original Ghost in the Shell might have been set in. No, I think it might have been set in Hong Kong somewhere like Shanghai.
Really?
Yeah, it's like, it's quite odd. Yes, I can see why you got thrown off.
I'm just confused then. I
Yeah.
got lost in translation. Hey.
Again, I could be wrong. Correct me.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Anyway, I think we're running out of things to say, but so what would you rate Lost in Translation?
I rate Lost in Translation and not an 8 out of 10
Yeah.
movie. Like, again, for me, I'm not really much of a like that kind of concept of like, oh, finding love in other people instead of trying to fix what you had.
Yeah.
But here, like how they did the story was like, yeah, they're very lost,
Yeah.
clearly lost. Oh, by the way, a great song to like kind of represent this movie, "Lost" by Frank Ocean. Anyway, they're very lost people, and it's just seeing them kind of have a connection when they clearly don't have it
Yeah.
with, like, you know, where they're supposed to have it is nice to see. It's very cathartic, I would say. You know, like them running away together and like the thought of like them maybe staying in Japan together, but they can't.
Yeah.
You know, it's a tragedy that these people connected so well, but they just couldn't because they got other things. They
Yeah.
got family. They got priorities. And I'm like, all right. And it's a bittersweet ending where he does kind of give her what she wants. Again, still wrong. You people don't romanticize this kind of concept.
Okay.
Like, yeah, she still gets what she wants. So does he. Even though it's very tiny, it's very quick, and after it, he's just gone.
Yeah.
You know, it's still a beautiful film, I would say. And like, yeah, it's worth a watch. Like, it's not those kind of films where I'm like, oh Lord, I don't ever want to see this again because it's too much drama. Nah,
Yeah.
like you're there for the vibes. Just be there for the vibes.
Yeah.
There are boobs here, so don't watch it with kids.
That is true. Yeah, I'll also give this an 8. It's a very, as you said, it's a very beautiful looking movie, and it's a very interesting lost characters that just kind of find their way in life. One's just beginning, the other one's clearly like, I have less years ahead of me than behind me. So like, it's just interesting to see these characters just be lost together in Japan. And like, yeah, it's not, and again, in the grand scheme of things, not much happens. It's not like suddenly Godzilla pops up out of nowhere, but it's just 2 characters trying to figure shit out. And like I still think people can still connect with that, because no matter where you are in life, you're still like, yeah, I can somewhat relate.
By the way, just a last thought since we're going to be closing off this movie. It is very funny that you paired Lost in Translation with her. Because I don't know if you know the backstory to it.
We can talk about it when we get to her.
Okay.
Okay.
All
Alright.
So this is just a little
Tease.
cliffhanger.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that's been our video for Lost in Translation. Oh, to the audience watching, what's your favorite Bill Murray movie? Whether that be Ghostbusters. I was at Ghost Rider for some reason. I'm like, nope, that's Nicolas Cage. What else does he have? Ghostbusters, maybe Garfield, this movie, his later projects.
Zombieland, I don't know.
Zombieland. What call that? The Jon Favreau CGI movie, Book of the Jungle. What?
Jungle Book.
Yeah, that one. I'm not up to date. I forget my titles. What? I'm
You
kidding.
didn't know there was a Disney movie before.
Yeah, I do. I know. But it's not like I always constantly go back to the originals. I should.
The Book of Jungle.
Ah, shit. But yeah, if you like our videos, despite our silliness, or because of that, please leave a like, subscribe, and ding the bell icon to get notified of when we upload next. We're also on Spotify and TikTok. TikTok to see our best and funniest moments. Spotify to hear us on the go. Individually, I am Zoda's Voices. Maybe I'll do a Bill Murray impression one of these days. Or, yeah. And I'm also Andrew on Letterboxd. Where can I find you?
Oh, you can find me at JohnJoM__ on Instagram. It is my art account, and I won't be doing any impressions.
Oh, boo! I'm kidding. Until the next time, we'll see you there. Bye, everybody.